yo, what's up, Michelle? How are you? Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely, welcome.
Thank you. Walk me through. What are we going to be doing today?
Yeah, well, I'm going to take you through my little sanctuary here at Powerhouse.
Well, this sanctuary looks amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
It is.
I just get inspired by looking at all these people working out here and working out with you today. So it's going to be like a dream come true.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
I'm very excited. Let's talk some nutrition. Let's get some workout in. Let's kind of make it happen.
So walk me through what's going to be our first exercise of the day.
Well, let me take you over here to the bars. And I think what we should start with is maybe some pull-ups because I love them. What we'll do is I think we should just do some warm-up.
Okay.
Right? So we need to get our body a little bit like ready for this exercise stuff and ready for our discussion. So
all right,
yeah.
amazing.
So let's do some.
Do you want to start?
Sure.
Can you show me the way?
Sure.
So tell me, who's Michelle Ricker?
Yeah, the question of the day. Huh?
Where did you grow up? Where were you born?
Well, I'll tell you that I grew up in Dayton, Ohio. I grew up as a gymnast, actually, as an only child. And so that kind of like took me right into the gym. So I would say the upbringing and the lifestyle in Ohio was very nice and Midwest and, you know, loving, caring family.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of was always active. Grew up in the suburbs and then my family was out in the country. So I had a nice balance of butchering and gardens and like, you know, that kind of country living.
How'd you become a registered dietitian?
I think all that kind of came together for me, my upbringing, and then I just realized I love the way the body works. So for me, it was more of how did it fit together? So I realized I liked helping people, but I also loved the concept of watching how food and metabolism and how the body all works. So for me, that's how dietetics kind of pieced together. So shall we move over to the next one?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. All right.
Can't wait.
Warm up those legs.
Amazing. Which one are we doing? We're doing this guy right here.
Yeah, let's do this person. All right, you want to grab a weight?
In your personal experience, what do you say are the benefits of lifting heavy versus lifting light, high reps?
It depends on your goal, really. You know, so the benefits of lifting heavy versus lifting light. So for me, I think one of the big things, and especially for women, is making sure that you're lifting enough weight so that you can break down enough muscle fibers to replenish them to increase lean muscle mass. The muscle kind of is like a network.
Okay.
And when you work out, it breaks them up.
Yeah.
And so we need to like build them bigger, better, faster, stronger. And in order to do that, you need to tear down the muscle fibers. The thing about that is, you know, the more muscle mass we have it's related to, like you said, longevity, but there's some really good science too on the more lean muscle we have, our decreased risk of dementia actually happens. Dementia, so it's related to so many things for longevity, quality as well as quantity. You want to live longer, but you want to have a good quality as you live, right? And I think that's so important, and that's why we're here.
Yes.
You know, so the nutrition and fitness both factor into that. So when you talk about lifting heavy versus lifting light, the other thing about lifting light too is kind of important because you want to make sure that you're keeping your heart healthy as well. So like what you're doing with a little bit more endurance, you're lifting heavy, but you're keeping your heart rate going, right? So important long term that we have both of those things in combination. How about we do a little bit of back exercise? We build our foundation.
What would be your advice to somebody that's starting their journey on fitness, nutrition? What would be like the number one thing you would tell this person?
Yeah, I would say find something that you like to do. I mean, I think in here, this has been my passion, is to come in and be active. So for me, this is what I love to do. I was running for a while, and I know that you're a big runner. So like, yeah, it's what you love to do, right?
Yeah.
So find something that you like, and then you'll be more consistent with it. When it comes to nutrition, I think one of the biggest things is actually finding your why.
Your why.
It's finding your why, because if you don't
Your
really
why on
believe
what?
in
On
it,
nutrition, on working out,
know on why you're doing it,
on why you're doing it.
on what's important to you in life.
Got
kind
it.
of thing. Yeah.
And what would be like your go-to supplements that you're like, everybody should be taking this supplement, either if they're working out or if they're not working out? What would be like those supplements that you advise people to take?
One of the big things that research is showing is that pretty much everybody should be on creatine.
Creatine.
And
Why?
Yeah.
Why creatine? Why?
Yeah, it's huge. So the two most researched supplements are creatine and caffeine. And creatine, number one, is amazing for keeping your lean body mass. And I'm not talking big doses of creatine. I'm thinking 5 grams a day. From the age of 30 something on, we start losing lean muscle mass. Up until our 30s, we're gaining lean muscle mass. And then we start dropping naturally. So if we don't keep that going, like we talked about, our risk for longevity and our risk factors decrease. Our brain, you know, we get brain fog, we have all those things. So anyone after the age of that should be taking at least 5 grams of creatine to kind of carry them. Like I said, and the research on brain is really like substantial.
Based on your research, based on your studies, what would you say is like a study that shows like a diet hack, diet nutrition to get your optimum nutrition out of it? What would you say that hack is?
So I
based
think
on science.
Based on science.
Yes,
Thank you.
Not
Thank
something
you.
that came up from somebody that studied it or anything. Based on science, what would be like something that you're like, hey, you guys can hack this?
So I would say when we talk about hacks, like you said, I like to think of them not as, you know, the hacks of the world out there, but based on peer-reviewed science that we've seen sustained over time. Is that number one is taking care of your gut, because
Taking care of your gut.
because we're so stressed, the environment, we take antibiotics, all those things wipe out the good bacteria. Making sure we keep the good microbiome in there, keeping the good bacteria so that we digest properly, so that we keep our metabolism up, we keep our immune system up. It actually influences our brain. That connection to the gut brain is huge right now with science. So number one hack is take care of your gut. Number two, I would say, is watch your protein. And
Protein intake.
Count your protein. Not calories. I think that's a little bit old school. I would say if you can count your protein during the day and make sure you're getting enough grams of protein to meet your lean muscle mass, I would say that you are way ahead of the game. You're gonna live longer, your body's going to metabolize better, your energy is gonna be up, and you're gonna sustain that over time. So you wanna make sure that you're counting those throughout the day so that your body's able to, like I said, keep that lean muscle mass. You can do resistance training, but you also need to eat the protein to like replenish that.
To replenish what you did. So now, Michelle, I want to ask you something. To show up for others, like how do you show up for yourself first?
Yeah, I'm here. This place is showing up for me. It's a matter of showing up for myself in life. So when I mean exercise, I mean taking care of my nutrition, I mean taking care of my mind, body. I think of the whole thing comes together, right? So I've worked a lot on meditation. I've done like a retreat with Deepak Chopra and tried to like really work on kind of how my mind body works, because I feel like I love the way that the body structure is and the way that metabolism is with food, nutrition, fitness. I've spent a lot of time over the years working on how to incorporate all of that, because it's really difficult to stay centered with our world.
Yeah.
And I think that's super important. There you go, Fred. This is our last one. What do you say we?
Man,
we go
I
ahead.
wish we had all day to work out and talk about nutrition, but I mean, we have to move on with our day.
We have to move on, but you
Right.
know what? We have some shoulders left, and we're gonna crush this one. So
Well,
I
let's
think
do
it'd be
it.
great. Let's start with just some upright rows,
Upright roads,
and
okay.
we'll kind of get that going.
Let's do it. How does it feel to live with vitality?
To live with vitality, quality and quantity. We want to live longer, and we want to have a quality as we live it. So vitality to me is how do you achieve that? So we talked about lean body mass, we talked about keeping the mind strong, we talked about how the gut powers the brain and our immune system, and then the gym actually keeps things in check, keep our muscle mass, but we also want to keep, a range of motion. We want to be able to isolate, so these shoulders, right? When you get older, you want to be able to reach something and be able to hold it. You want to carry your groceries. You want to be able to carry your child as you walk. But you also need to keep the inside and the outside healthy.
Got it.
So for me, vitality is all of it.
It's all of it. Being able to fall down and being able to take that hit.
Being able to take the hit.
Right?
Yep. And do it for a very long time. One of the things that I actually have been studying for years is the nutrigenetics, nutrigenomics world, which, we don't need to know what that is, but looking at your DNA, picking little pieces of your DNA and seeing what's best for you on nutrition and fitness. Okay, because when you look at your DNA, you think about we have a similar strand of DNA. What we can do is like a light switch. We can upregulate it and downregulate it. And so what I mean by that is you have your DNA and it's not going to change. But by being active, you can downregulate some of those issues you might have.
Got it.
So let's say you have a propensity for heart disease, right? By being active and eating the right food, you can downregulate that risk factor. You can also upregulate it, meaning if you don't do anything, it's going to show itself, right?
Right? So the risk is going to go higher, plain and simple. It doesn't get more simple than that.
Doesn't get more simple
than
it
right? Right.
Yeah. And that's what I mean by genetics and epigenetics. It's super cool. So for the moms, the dads out there, whoever, the basics, what we do is I get a snapshot of that, and then I kind of play with food and exercise and whether you need to stretch more, whether you need to eat, like I said, a little bit more to help with your thyroid. There's little pieces that we can tuck in there and kind of make it happen.
And make it happen, right?
Yeah, the body needs to adjust too. I talked about protein being important, right,
Yeah.
for lean muscle. Well, so is fiber. Fiber is super important, and as a society, we get 15 grams of fiber, and our goal is around 25 to 35 to keep
25 to 35 grams.
Yeah, and that's really hard to do, but you can't do that quick because the body doesn't like a lot of fiber right away. It makes you have some issues.
Yeah.
So like you said, to change things little by little is so key.
Got it. Does that happen with supplementation too, where you're taking all these supplements, but then half of them go to waste? I hear that often, where they're okay, your supplementation, if you're not being effective with your nutrition, your supplementation is not going to work because most of it is just going to be going to waste.
I think it goes hand in hand, not even just supplements, but food in general. Right? I talked about how important the good microbiome is, having good bacteria in your gut. Because if you don't have the good bacteria, that's what absorbs the food and the supplements. Right? So if you don't have that, it's kind of going to waste. Because it's something that the body can actually work with. And like you said, the supplements can actually be utilized. But there are a lot of times where we're not able to absorb them because we don't have the right foundation.
The right foundation.
Yeah.
And that's everything. We go back, we always end up at the foundation. No matter where we go, foundation is where we get thrown back.
It totally is.
Michelle, thank you so much for having me here today and working out with me.
This is so wonderful.
I learned so much from you, and it's such an honor to be here. Can't wait to show all of our community what we've done today and all the knowledge that you're about to give them.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. This means the world, and I just love sharing my information with people. So it means a lot to me, and I have just such a passion about this space. So I appreciate being able to share it all.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, wonderful.
Thank you. This was special to me, and this gym really has something that we want people to see, because just walking into this gym, it makes you feel the fire. You're ready to go. I love the machines. I love all the people that are working out here. It's just a unique gym. Thank you so much.
It was so great to train with Fred and to talk shop. I mean, it's always fun to be able to share your passion with somebody. So it was wonderful to see the passion in Fred too. I think that's one of the special things I mentioned about even just having the tribe at a gym or that community, but like to connect with one other person is really special. It's so nice to find like-minded people and to like connect, even though we're in different spaces, to kind of bring it together. I think that's power. You know, that's really powerful. And like you said, and especially in a place, like you said, that's a huge city. It's a huge place where people are like, everybody's trying to make it. It's actually makes you feel really great about what you're doing, and it kind of gives you that motivation to keep going.